Hi, everyone, and warm welcome to this very special live. I hope you are just as excited as I am. I'm so grateful and very excited that we're going to do this together tonight. It's tonight here in Sweden, and I don't know where you are in the world, but maybe it's in the morning, in the middle of the night. I know that someone last time we did this, I think she was from Australia. She went up during the night. No, that's not in the night. That's in the morning. I don't remember, but very late at night and join in. So I'm so grateful today. And what we're going to do is that we're going to deprogram original sin. And maybe you remember last time we had a very powerful process in March, at the end of March, where we collaborated in a very powerful light work. We did a similar light work, a similar session. We successfully deprogrammed human suffering. And it was incredibly powerful. And I'm so happy that we're going to do this as well. We did this session, deprogramming of original sin in Scandinavia before. And so we've already done that. But now I'm offering it to you internationally, of course, in English, so that you can join in as well. After the last session, we got some amazing feedback. You can watch the feedback video as well if you haven't done that already. So I recorded a short feedback video after the deprogramming of human suffering, and shared some of the emails that we received afterwards. So tonight, I'm saying tonight because it's tonight here in Sweden, I will start by speaking a little bit about 0-point energy. And then after that, I will talk a little bit about original sin, my view of seeing that. And also, of course, we're going to focus on the process of deprogramming original sin. So first off, about the 0-point energy. The reason why I'd like to speak about the 0-point energy is that during the upcoming 21-day healing program that we're going to do internationally in May, starting on May 18th, we will use the 0-point energy during the deprogramming sessions and also during the time between the deprogramming and the new programming. So there's a time slot of about 23 hours where you will stay in that space, you will stay in that energy of the 0-point energy. So that's why I'd like to address that. We're also going to use the 0-point energy today while we are deprogramming original sin. So just a brief overview of the 0-point energy. It's by nature everything. It contains everything and nothing at the same time. And I'm a big fan of paradoxes. People who knows me, they know that I'm a very big fan of paradoxes. How can it be everything and nothing at the same time? That's not that's not possible. Well, it is. And also the 0-point energy, it deprograms by neutralizing. That's the quality of the 0-point energy. It has an ability to neutralize. So what it is doing is that it is neutralizing. It is turning off frequencies, and it transforms energies into the 0-point energy. So it's zeroing out, nulling out. Because if you look at each creation has its own set of frequencies. You can look at it if you, on an old stereo when you're listening to music, you can see the volume going up and down, and that's the same thing with a creation, like a physical object. It contains different frequencies, just as the volume. So you can visualize visualize it in that way. So each creation has its own set of frequencies, and what the 0 point energy is doing, it's turning off the frequencies. So thereby it's uncreating what's been created. And that's very, very fascinating. I don't know exactly how that's working, but it is. So it's basically extinguishing the created frequencies, and it creates a starting position, like it's nulling, it's zeroing, and creating a starting point. And from there, we have a completely blank sheet for starting anew. So, and in this state of nothingness, there is a potential to create everything. So that's how the 0 point energy is working. And the 0 point energy, so it contains the potential for creation of everything. All colors, all shapes, everything. So that's just the basics of the 0 point energy. And I see that we have some people from Germany. We have some people from Australia. Ah, so lovely. I just love this. And so now we're going to focus on the original sin. I'm just going to talk briefly about the original sin. And as I speak, the process will already begin. And then afterwards, we're going to do this powerful meditation, this light work, this energy work together, where we will deprogram original sin. So original sin is a programming that is embedded in the matrix, in the 3D matrix. So it is in the energy field, in the energy network of the planet. And so it's included in the blueprint for the 3D reality. And it is what we humans have to relate to. We have different programmings. It's the same thing with human suffering, as I was speaking about last time. So we have these basic programmings, and original sin, it permeates our entire being, and it also dictates what we experience here on Earth. And so it's really, how we perceive reality, how we perceive ourselves in the 3D reality. And as with every basic programming, we're not really reflecting upon it. We're not really thinking about it on a daily basis. Like, yeah, I have this original sin, permeating everything that I do, everything that I think, because it has become such a quote unquote natural way of living and natural way of thinking. It's not natural at all. But so most of us are not aware of this fundamental programmings that we have. So it's just the way it is. So we're not reflecting upon it. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to remove this programming from the 3D matrix. We're going to remove it from the network, the energy network, because the network, or the grid, whatever you want to call it, it's the template for the 3D reality. You have the energy first and foremost, and the physical matter is created from that energy. So it's the same with the body. You have this energy template for the body, and that's what we are working with. As you know, I'm working with healing, so I'm always working with the energy template for the body. And then the body's what is doing, it's adjusting itself to that template. So it's looking at the template, saying like, okay, this is what I should be like. And so the physical matter is adjusting itself to the template for the 3D reality in this case. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go into the 3D matrix, and we're going to be there, and we're going to deprogram the original sin in the 3D matrix. So we're going to change the template. We're changing the reality of 3D. So that's what we're going to do. And all of those people that are wanting and longing for this change in their lives, and also they're ready to let go of original sin, they will also be able to experience this change that we're doing. Some people are not really ready for that. They still have some lessons to learn when it comes to original sin, and they will stay on that timeline until they have learned their lessons and are ready to step forward in the next next timeline. And they're going to change timelines to this timeline. So that's just a brief explanation what we're doing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I can talk about this for several hours. So it's just a brief overview of how it works and how I see reality and energy and physical matter and everything. So one question that you might ask is that why was this program installed in the first place? Well, from my perspective, this was put in the 3D matrix. The original sin was put in the 3D matrix in order to keep us down, as a lot of things, a lot of programmings in the 3D reality. And also, of course, we agreed to step into this reality, and we knew all the criteria for that reality, and that's what we are here to experience. And what we're doing in the ascension process is that we're actively moving out of that experience, and we're done with that experience, and we're changing timelines. So from that perspective, it was put in original sin was put in the 3D matrix to put us down, and with that programming active in our field, in the grid, in the energy network, we're not able to step into our own divinity. So we have to be active in that process and really step out of these programmings and step into our own divinity. It's also, you can do this in many ways. What we're going to do today is one way of doing this. Of course, you can also, when you're raising your frequency, you're stepping into your own divinity, and then you're automatically stepping out of that 3D matrix. So you're leaving that 3D matrix. So you can do this in many different ways. But what we are doing tonight is that we are also assisting other people that are not really aware of this. We're assisting them in changing the 3D matrix. Okay, so if I tune into this energy of this programming of original sin, it feels the energy it's very, very heavy. It's like a wet blanket that is put over humanity. It's not very nice at all. It's like a very heavy weight that we have that been placed on humanity to keep us down, and that we agreed to be placed upon us. So we're not victim at all. So how does this affect us in our everyday lives? Well, it's sometimes it's hard to say because it has become such a natural part, as I said in the beginning. But it does manifest in several ways, and you can probably relate to the feeling of not being able to feel at peace, feel at home with yourself. Really, I mean, come home, and you're not really feeling at home with yourself and connected with source, because this has to do all these programmings in the 3D matrices has to do with the separation of, the experience of separation from God. So you're not feeling really connected, and also that you're feeling that you're not being completely loved. And even though we who have been, working on ourselves, we have been doing our homework, we still have some work to do, but we're getting there, right? So you might have this feeling of, you're not feeling completely loved. You're not being able to fully receive fully receive love and fully receive everything beautiful in life. You might have some feeling that there's something wrong with us, there's something wrong with you, or that you're doing something wrong, like being wrong. It's like you're feeling a little bit off, sort of. It's like like something is, it's like if you're having a small stone in your uh, in your shoe walking around, something like that. So it's the feeling of not feeling good enough and never be enough. We are not able to be enough ever. So there's this void of like constant hole of emptiness inside, and that's all all the addictions are coming from this space of feeling that something is missing. So there's a feeling of that something is fundamentally wrong with you, and it's not, right? But it's a feeling, it's an energy, and that's the programming. And also you might think that if only I could do this, if only I can be this and that, and if only I have this or that, so then I will finally be okay. So this is a constant, looking for something, you're not feeling perfect or fulfilled. So it's also like you're always in debt to life, and also always in debt to God, to source. So something is really off. You can feel it now while I'm speaking. This is, this, but also when I'm speaking about this, what we're doing right now is that we're digging deeper and we're putting it up to the surface. We're letting it come to the surface so we can clear it out. That's what we're doing. So, and you might think, negative and degrading thoughts about yourself. I mean, we're doing it. Everyone is doing it, I should say, even though we have been working a lot with ourselves. Sometimes, I might think a negative thought about myself sometimes. And now my beautiful little baby is coming in to help us out. Yes. Yes, baby. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Do you want to say hello to everyone? Maybe later. Okay, so I know that a lot of you're aware of this, and you have actively done your homework of, personal development, and you have managed to get past this programming completely, maybe, or to at least some extent. And you've come in contact with that total freedom that's beyond this construct of original sin, this programming. But however, I see that we haven't yet succeeded completely in coming free from this programming. That's what I see, but I cannot speak for you. But so what we're going to do, we're going to join together in this meditation and doing this very powerful energy work and light work, so we can reach the point of critical mass, so that this programming is fully disabled and removed from the human consciousness. So that's why I'm asking you, please share this with your light worker friends. We've already done this meditation, this light work in Sweden, in Scandinavia. So a lot of it is done already, but I know that the more people that can come in and do this and go into the 3D matrix and work with this programming, it's going to really, be lifted off humanity. So, so my hope is that we're going to do this together in this collaboration of light work. I also want to address this myth of the Garden of Eden, the fall of humankind in the Garden of Eden. And this myth was created to keep the programming active. That's why it was put in the human psyche. So, the serpent persuaded Eve to eat of the forbidden fruit, the apple, from the tree of knowledge. And she also offered Adam to eat of the apple, and the consequences of their disobedience. That's known as the fall, and it's a punishment from God. And even though you don't believe in this story, because it is a myth, it is a story, it is in the human psyche. It is a programming in the grid. So I just want to address this as well, because this is also very important. So by telling this fictional story over and over and over again, this programming has been kept alive, even though most people don't tell this story, but this story, and it's been there, in the background. So we also have to remove the energy of this story. Yes, baby. We also have to remove that energy. So yeah, maybe something else about that. So this is by removing all these programmings from 3D, it's a very effective way to really step into our divine power. And as I said, of course, we agreed to all of this. So don't be, angry with yourself, by, why did we do this, and why did they do that to us? And it's not any, we're not victims in this. So that's also very important, because otherwise you will be looping in that victimhood, and that's not very productive. So I think we're ready to let go of all these programmings in 3D reality, and that's what we're doing in the ascension process overall, and so that we can experience this beautiful world and experience our own divinity in all of our cells in our body, in all of in our beings. And all of these deprogrammings of our limitations in 3D is also what we're going to focus on during the 21-day healing program coming up here internationally now in May. We're going to do that in May, starting May 18th. So the theme this time will be Dissolve Collective Programming, Connect to the New Earth. And you can watch the introduction video and to get all the information about that. But the goal is to liberate ourselves from all the programming from the 3D matrix, from the 3D reality. So of course, I cannot guarantee that everything will just be, washed away, cleared out in just 21 days. Everyone has their own journey. So this is something that I offer. And it's also up to you what you do with it, what you do with the energies. And but we're gonna uninstall the dysfunctional programs in 3D. That's the goal of the process. So before we start this meditation, this light work, we're gonna do that in just a minute. I just want to give you actually a warning. Be very cautious when you're doing this light work, when you're receiving these energies. If you, by any chance, are driving a car at the moment, please just stop the recording and do this process later, because you cannot drive at the same time, because the energies are very, very, very powerful. So I just want to warn you a little bit about that. It's the same thing if you're going to drive after this process. Also be a little bit careful. Or if you're doing anything that needs your attention. So I just want to warn you a little bit about that. But I think it's finally time to break the collective spiritual contract that says that we are born in sin, right? I think we're so ready now. Okay, I'm gonna put on some music, and The quality of the music, it's not very super, it's not super good because it's live. But you can tell me in the chat if it's too high, if it's too low. Yes. All right. So I think we're ready to start. So just close your eyes. This is actually the highest volume of the music, so maybe you can hear a little bit about it. Maybe you can hear music a little bit. So just sit up straight, sit comfortably, and just relax. And you getting aware of your breathing. You're just breathing in and out of your nose very softly and very calmly. And you center yourself. And you feel your breath in all of your being, in your whole body. You can feel your breath in your stomach, your pelvis, down your legs, and all the way down to your feet. So you're getting all connected to your breath. And you feel your breath in your upper body, in your chest, your shoulders, your back, all the way down to your buttocks, out into your arms and your hands, your neck and your throat. And you feel totally relaxed. And at the same time, very focused, and very aware, and very awake. And you can also feel that your breath is sweeping over your head and your face. And just feel grateful that you are here, that we are here, that we're doing this together. I am very grateful that you are taking your time wherever you are in the world, connecting. So now you go deep within your heart so that you will connect with your soul's essence in your heart. You go deeper, deeper, deeper within your heart. And you feel this beautiful energy, your divine soul energy in your heart. And you feel so connected. You feel so connected with yourself and with your divine soul's essence, with your eternal self. with your expanded self, unlimited self, and you're totally anchored in your body through your heart. And also you feel anchored in the earth, and you are connecting to the new earth, which is also very grounding, but it's on a higher level. It's on a higher vibrational level than the old earth. So you can ground yourself with the intention of grounding yourself and connecting and anchoring to the new earth. It's a little bit lighter, but it's still very grounding. And you feel very anchored in your body. You feel this stability in yourself. You're anchored in your body. You're anchored to the new earth. And now, by using your breath, you are going to create a pillar of light. So you start by creating this tube, this empty tube within yourself, totally centered from the top of your head down between your legs, like an empty tube. You're creating that with your breath. You're expanding, making room for the light to come in the next step. But right now we're just expanding ourselves. We're just creating this tube to be able to bring in the light. So use your breath, expanding the center pillar of your body. And now we are opening up. We're connecting. We're connecting to the highest, brightest, and purest light that we are able to connect to today. We're opening up. You can feel your crown chakra opening up and receiving this beautiful, beautiful light. It's very powerful and beautiful, this white light that is coming into your body. So just let the light come in through this pillar, through this tube, centered in yourself, centered in your body. So just receive. You don't have to do anything. It's not very hard work in any way. It's just opening up to receive. You just bring it in. You just say yes to the energy to come in. And maybe you get emotional from this light because you have been longing for this light, and you are reminded of your heritage, of your origin, where you come from. You come from the light, you come from the higher realms. So you just fill yourself with this light. You let it come in and fill your body, fill your entire body. All your cells in your body is just vibrating with this high frequency light. And make sure that you're filling your whole body all the way down to your feet and your toes. And you're still anchored in your body. You're still anchored to the earth, to the new earth. You're grounded. So you are this beautiful pillar of light on this earth, ready to clear the 3D matrix of the programming of original sin. So now that you are all of you are just emanating and being this beautiful, powerful, strong light, you're beaming it out in all directions. You just are the light. You're going to imagine yourself inside the 3D matrix. You're going to step into the grid, the network, the energy network for the old earth, the 3D reality. You're going to step into that matrix, and you can still sit if you want to. If you want to lay down, that's totally fine. I know that the energies are very strong, so if you feel called to lay down, that's totally fine. If you fall asleep, that's fine too. If you want to stand up, that's okay. If you want to move a little bit, if you want to dance a little bit, that's okay too. So feel what your body wants to do at this very moment. When you place yourself in the 3D matrix, ready to clear out the programming of original sin, you are fully connected to the light, and you are in the 3D matrix now. And just by being there, you don't have to do anything special. Just by being here, just by sitting here, laying here, just standing here in the 3D matrix with this beaming light, you're emanating this very powerful light in all directions. We are together deprogramming original sin. Maybe you feel drawn to do something special in the 3D matrix. Just do what you have to do what you feel drawn to. If you have some missions, some codes maybe that you are carrying, that you're supposed to put in the 3D matrix to be able to dissolve this programming of original sin. I can see that some people have codes in this group. It wasn't the same thing in the Swedish group, but I can see that some of you have some codes. I think it's like 2-3 people having codes that you can place in the 3D matrix, and that will assist in this process. So we're going to stay here for a while, and with the help of our strong light that we are connected to, we are clearing out this programming from the 3D matrix. We are purifying the consciousness of humanity, this energy sphere that sustains the framework for the 3D reality. So we allow the light to flow through us. We're just vessels. So we allow the light to flow through us and out into the energy network, out into the grid, throughout the 3D matrix, to clear the matrix from this programming. And just feel the joy, feel the light, Feel the excitement. Feel the happiness while you're doing this. The light is just so powerful, so strong. You can ask yourself, do you want to let go of everything you believe is wrong with you? Are you willing to let go of that? Are you ready to experience your divinity fully? This process is just so easy and effortless, and we just allow it to happen. I can really feel the clearing out of this programming because it's becoming lighter and lighter in the matrix. And thank you for the codes that some of you put into the matrix to be able to dissolve this programming fully. Thank you so much for your contribution. It was time now. And now we invite the 0 point energy to come in to neutralize the experience of original sin for all of humanity. You can feel a shift in energy as we're moving from this powerful white light and we're bringing in the 0 point energy. It has a different flavor. It's a very beautiful energy of nothingness that also contains everything, the potential for creating everything. And starting from a new position, starting from a new blank page. So we let the 0 point energy do its job in the 3D matrix. We have been conductors of this energy because we are placed in the 3D matrix at the moment, and we are bringing in these different aspects, these different energies into the 3D matrix. And now we just let the 0 point energy do its job in the matrix, clearing out and neutralizing the energy. So we let this 0 point energy work for a little bit more in the matrix, in the 3D grid. It's working very fast. I can see it's moving in the grid, moving in the network. I can also feel a difference from the last session that we did. We did this process in Scandinavia a while ago. So it's a little bit different energy-wise this time. It feels lighter, feels much easier, and that's how it should be. And now we are switching once again to the higher frequency lights. You can feel a shift in energy as we're moving upwards again to more high frequency lights. The 0 point energy is more of a neutral energy when it comes to frequencies, as I was talking about in the beginning of the session. So you can just bathe in this beautiful, pure white light and feel the freedom and feel your greatness, feel your divinity, feel connected to your divine soul's essence. And just be in this beautiful energy, just stay here for a while. And I invite you now to step out from the 3D matrix. And you can step into the golden light network, which is the template for the new reality, for the new earth. It's also like an energy grid around and in the earth. You can tap into that golden light network and thank yourself for your contribution. Thank yourself for your beautiful light work that you did in the 3D matrix. And now you have left the 3D matrix and you are on a much higher level in the golden light network. And you thank yourself for this beautiful energy work that you have done for yourself and for humanity. I invite you to repeat this process as many times as you like. If you feel drawn to doing this process, this meditation once more, please do. Also, if you have any doubts about the process or you're part of the process, you can also do it once more. It's the same thing with the other process that we did before with the deprogramming of human suffering. You can also do that process many times. So please get aware of your breath, starting to become aware of your body and the room that you are in. You can slowly start to come back and use your breathing to be able to come back. You can take a couple of deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And maybe you just want to stay here in this beautiful energy that we have been working with. And so please do. If you need to take a nap, just go out in nature, whatever you feel like doing. Have some extra water, because when we are working with these high frequency energies, they're very powerful. So you need to drink some extra water. And I invite you to email us about your experience. You can also write in the chat, but I know that you can be quite tired and quite dizzy after this process, so you can email us. It's contact@zoeland.org. contact@zoeland.org. So that's where you find us, me and my assistants. And hopefully I will do a feedback video after this process as well, probably next week. I don't know exactly, because I have another live coming up in Swedish next week. And as I mentioned, the entire upcoming 21-day healing program is totally focused on deprogram all the programs that were all the programmings in 3D reality. So please check that program out. It's also on my website, zoeland.org. And we will focus on deprogramming everything that belongs to 3D, as I said, untruths, separation, victimhood, fear, anxiety, depression, dystopia, distorted and dark sex, and lack, to name a few. So today was a preparation. So I hope I will see you in the program. We will start on May 18th. And so it's not too far away. And make sure that you register before May 11th next week, Wednesday next week. After that, the price will go up. So you can go to the website and have some more information on that, zoeland.org. So thank you so much for this beautiful evening. And I know that there's a lot of people from Sweden joining in, because I know that they wanted to do this process once more. And I see a question here. Thank you. What does the word codes mean? You mentioned people have... Oh, I don't know exactly what you mean. I'm sorry. I don't know what I've said. Codes. Okay, thank you. Oh, codes. So yeah, codes. How would I explain that in the most effective way? I know that some people are carrying different codes. Like you can compare it to a computer program. You're having codes. You're changing the program, and it's the same thing. Quite boring to compare humanity with a computer program, but it's quite similar actually. So different people have different codes that they put into the matrix, that you put into the energy grid that is creating the physical reality. And by that, you can change the programs. You can change the computer program for humanity. So that's how I can explain. I hope that that helps. Okay. Oh, there's so many beautiful words here. Thank you so much, and take good care of yourself. There's a lot of energies going around at the moment. There's so many high frequencies coming in, not just during this process. I, I, for myself, I need to rest a lot. I need to drink a lot of water and really take good care of myself. We just finished the 21-day healing program in Sweden, in Scandinavia, about a week ago. And so now it's been a large group, over like 500 people. So it's been quite a process for me as well. Thank you so much for facilitating this for Zoe. It's an honor to be part of these group healings, and I'm so looking forward to the 8th. Much love. Härligt. I'm speaking Swedish now. So beautiful. Thank you for joining in. So take care of yourself, and much love to you as well. And I see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.